Hello friends, yesterday we have completed first method in use of not only but also. If two sentences will be given, then first of all we have to find out the same part and different parts between them. After removing one same part, we have to join two different parts with not only but also. I have taught you that first part with examples, also with rules. Now, next part we are going to start. If only one sentence will be given, then how to use not only but also in that sentence. I am starting that part. Pay attention. I'm writing some examples here. Okay, now pay attention in second part. If only one sentence would be given, if only one sentence would be given, and in that sentence, if two parts would be joined with and or as well as, then we have to join such two things with not only but also at that place, and we have to remove that joining word. Look, first sentence, both boys and girls study in this college. Both boys and girls. Boys and girls have been joined with and before two things there is a word both. We have to join these two words with not only but also, and we have to remove both. If before two words there would be both word, then we have to remove it while joining with not only but also. Then look, not only boys but also girls study in this college. Not only boys but also girls study in this college. Okay. She was beaten up and dumped in a cow shed. In this sentence, two actions are there: beaten up and dumped in. Just 1 minute. Can you pay attention here? In this sentence, two actions, beaten up and dumped in, are joined with, and we have to join these two actions with not only but also. She was not only beaten up but also dumped in a cow shed. She was not only beaten up but also dumped in a cow shed. It is using of not only but also. King Roy was astonished to find himself slim as well as healthy. In this sentence, slim as well as healthy. These two adjectives have been joined with as well as. Okay, we have to join these adjectives with not only but also. King Roy was astonished to find himself not only slim but also healthy. King Roy was astonished to find himself not only slim but also healthy. I would like to go to Pune or Mumbai. In this sentence, Pune and Mumbai have been joined with or. Let's join both places with not only but also. I would like to go. I would like to go not only to Pune but also Mumbai. I would like to go not only to Pune but also Mumbai. In this way, we can use not only but also in the given sentence to join two things. Now, for these sentences, take rules. After previous examples, take rules. First rule: if only one sentence would be given, and two things will be joined with or, comma, and, comma, as well as, with or, comma, and, comma, as well as, then such two things would be joined with, not only dot dot but also. Not only dot dot but also. Put not only but also into single new for the commas. with not only dot dot but also put into single inverted commas and remove the joining word and remove the joining word and remove the joining word and remove the joining word, full stop. Next rule, if there would be the word both, if there would be the word both, put both into single inverted commas. If there would be the word both before two things, then remove that both word. Then remove that both word, BOTH, into single inverted commas. Remove that both word by joining with not only but also. By joining with not only dot dot but also. By joining with not only dot dot but also. Okay. Write down these examples. Then I do some more examples. Okay, now take some more examples. If you have written, I take some more examples, then I do some for you to practice. have written some examples. Look, she called up the police control room and informed her father. In this sentence, called up the police control and informed her father. There are two actions, join with and we have to join those actions with not only but also. She not only called up the police control room but also informed her father. She not only called up the police control room but also informed her father. The boys let out Huria and started jumping about. Two actions should be joined with not only but also. The boys not only let out Huria but also started jumping about. The boys not only let out Huria but also started jumping about. Urbanization and development issues compound the problem. Two subjects have been joined with and, joined with not only but also. Not only urbanization but also development issues compound the problem. Not only urbanization but also development issues compound the problem. Our speech must be clear and unambiguous. Here, clear and unambiguous should be joined with not only but also. Our speech must be not only clear but also unambiguous as it is. Okay, in this way we can use not only but also in the given sentences. Write down. Then I will give some more examples for you for solving. Write fast. Okay, now I am giving some examples for you to solve. You have to solve at your home. You must have written all these examples. One thousand. Write these examples with me. Write examples with me. he felt rewarded as well as comfortable in their company. These are the 6 examples you have to use not only but also at correct places. Write down all examples fast. Okay, now pay attention here. Okay, pay attention here if you have completed. Here, the use of not only but also this topic has been completed. I have taught you both methods, having 2 sentences and having 1 sentence. This topic is very easy. So, given example should be solved by you at your house and read all examples once again and understand this topic well. Now, I am starting a new lesson. That is use of unless and if not. This topic is also very simple. So let's start. Use of. Use of unless and if dot not. Use of unless and if dot not. In this part we have to replace unless with if not and if not with unless. This topic is very simple, just pay attention properly. I write some sentences here, then explain you. Okay, now pay attention here. I have written 4 sentences here. In these sentences, we have to replace if with unless and unless with if not. First of all, I tell you that unless is a negative word. Unless expresses negativeness. Okay. If you do not work hard, you will not get success. Mostly if clause is negative. Replace if with unless. Then remove negative form from this clause. You work hard. Why we have to remove negative form? Because unless is a negative word. After replacing if with unless, we have to remove negative form from if clause, as unless is a negative word. Unless you work hard, put comma. Next part as it is, you will not get success. You will not get success. Unless you work hard, comma, you will not get success. Next sentence, look. Again I explain. Replace if with unless. Unless is a negative word, so remove negative form from this if clause. After that, put comma, then write second part as it is. You will not get success. We do not have to change the meaning of original sentence. The meanings of both sentences should be same. Unless we ran fast, we did not win the race. Replace unless with if. Replace unless with if. It is unless is negative word, so make this clause negative. Make this clause negative. If we, it is in simple part, so take did, then not. There is no any auxiliary verb, but tense is simple part, so take did with not. If we did not run fast. If we did not run fast, next clause as it is. We did not win the race. We did not win the race. Replace unless with if. Make this clause negative. We did not run fast, comma. We did not win the race. Now next sentence. If you study well, you will get good marks. If you study well, you will get good marks. Replace if with unless. Replace if with unless. Then make this clause negative. Do not study well. Replace if with unless. Make this clause negative. It is in simple present, so take do with not. Unless you do not study well. Sorry. Just 1 minute. This sentence is a bit different. Sorry. If you study well, you will get good marks. I have told you that mostly if clause will be negative, but it is positive. If the first if clause would be positive, then make second clause negative. Then make second clause negative to maintain the meaning of original sentence. So replace if with unless. Replace if with unless. Write the sentence. When you replace if with unless, then it becomes negative. Unless you study well. Unless you study well, comma. Make next part, next clause negative. You will not get good marks. Unless you study well, comma, you will not get good marks. The first if clause is positive, so I have made second clause negative. Unless he invites me, I won't attend his birthday party. Replace unless with if. Replace unless with if. Make this clause negative. He doesn't. Because it is in simple present. The main verb is with yes, so does. If he does not invite me, put comma. If he does not invite me, I won't attend. Won't attend his birthday party. In this way, we have to replace if with unless and unless with if. Now take rules. Take rules. First rule, in this part, comma, in this part, comma, we have to replace unless with if. Unless with if. Put unless and if into single inverted commas, unless with if, and vice versa. And vice versa. And vice versa. Full stop. The word unless expresses negative form. The word unless, put unless into single inverted commas. The word unless expresses the negative form. The word unless expresses the negative form. Put unless into single inverted commas. The word unless expresses the negative form. Full stop. Take next rule. Take next rule. If the given sentence has if the given sentence has if, put if into single inverted commas if, then replace it with unless. Then replace it with unless. Put unless into single inverted commas. Then replace it with unless and remove the negative form. And remove the negative form. And remove the negative form in the given clause. In the given clause. Remove the negative form in the given clause. Full stop. Next rule. Next rule. After writing the first clause with unless, after writing the first clause with unless, put unless into single inverted commas. After writing the first clause with unless, put unless into single inverted commas. Put comma, C-O-M-M-A, put comma in words, put comma, and write the second clause as it is. 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 Full stop. And write the second clause as it is. Full stop. Next rule. Next rule. If the given sentence has unless, if the given sentence has unless, put unless into single inverted commas unless, then replace it with if. Then replace it with if. Put if into single inverted commas. Then replace it with if. Replace it with if. Put if into single inverted commas. And make that clause negative. And make that clause negative. And make that clause negative. Full stop. Make that clause negative. Full stop. Next rule. After writing the first clause, with if, after writing the first clause with if, put if into single inverted commas with if, then put comma, C-O-M-M-A, then put comma, and write the second clause as it is. 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 Full stop. Now last rule. If the first if clause if the first if clause, put if into single inverted commas. If the first if clause would be positive, if the first if clause would be positive, then make second clause negative. Then make second clause negative. Then make second clause negative. Okay. All rules have been completed. After these rules, write down these 4 statements, 4 sentences, write properly. Then I will give some more examples. Write all sentences fast. Okay, if you have completed, then pay attention here. Today we have learned how to replace if with unless and unless with if with some changes. Here this topic has been completed, but I will give some more examples on these methods from this lesson. In the next lecture, we shall discuss some more examples on this topic. Time is over, so I stop here. Thank you very much.